Adapting to stressful situations, forging fortitude during adversity. My perspective from my life experiences. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Imagine that you just boarded one of only 3 private submarines in operation in the world. You are hundreds of thousands of miles away from home and a few hundred miles from shore. There are about 30 people in your group, and you've never been on a submarine before. You step onto the small platform and climb down the ladder and find yourself in a small portal with the exact amount of seats for all who have accompanied you on this expedition. You have never had an issue with tight spaces, but find yourself beginning to feel some anxiety and apprehension. You don't have a history of claustrophobia, but are having increased feelings of the walls closing in, and you begin to feel a strong sense of urgency to get up and out of the submarine. You understand that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you don't want these feelings to ruin your experience. What do you do in this situation? How do you de-escalate your feelings and emotions? Is it possible to prepare for a similar situation in the future? Could you prepare for a situation you don't even know you'll encounter? Individuals who find themselves in traumatic or nerve-wracking situations experience stressors, take in that information, process that information, and respond to that information differently than if they were in normal circumstances or familiar situations. Resiliency is your ability to encounter a difficult scenario and recover quickly from that difficult situation. Once you acquire this skill, you will understand how to cope in spite of obstacles, difficulties, or restricted resources. Resilience is a gauge of how much you want to acquire something and how much you are prepared and capable to overcome that barrier to get it. What does resilience mean to you? Are you prepared for your next crisis? Are you already practicing resiliency and didn't know the terminology? When you have mastered resiliency, you will be able to adapt and adjust well to family and relationship problems, scary health diagnosis, and workplace and monetary stressors. Bouncing back from adversity and trauma and being flexible as you navigate through life's journey is a sure sign that you are on the right track. When you step back and take a closer look at the end result of being more resilient, you will see the underpinnings of skills that you have mastered over time to include positive thoughts, behaviors, and feelings. You can practice your resiliency skills by firstly practicing reasoning reorganizing, which is a fancy phrase for slowly changing the way you think about undesirable situations and unfavorable events. Each time you confront a stressful situation, start to dissect what is actually happening and get in touch with how you are feeling and which emotions are enacted. Begin to switch out the overly negative emotions with more positive ones. Secondly, maintain perspective. Begin to think about the situation you are in. Is it an accurate depiction of the events that are occurring? Is the situation that is occurring matching the emotions you are feeling? Lastly, choose your response. Allowing yourself to choose how you feel in the situations you encounter will bring you a sense of empowerment and control over your circumstances. This will not be easy at first. The day I entered the submarine, I had been practicing choosing how I react to stressful situations for some time. Over the course of my life, I have employed these skills when I face hardships. It's never easy, but I find that when I practice resiliency, I am more productive, more adaptive to stressors, and able to cope more easily with the inconsistencies of life. This has brought about a better sense of well being to my life and the lives of my friends and family.